So for me, sort of a little bit of a recap on the last lesson we talked about, okay, but sort of similar things for you, sort of like a characteristic. Take away and set up a good hip turns, nice. So when you get to about here, again, you can almost see that left arm almost sort of stretching, sort of like losing club control. That club for me has gone almost on your right shoulder there, just way too far. And then you now go almost like grip the club to try to get it back into position. So that gripping is going to cause some tension. When you get to here, now the tension sort of creeps up. Club hits the ground behind the ball and you get that kind of fluky one. And then you try to swing it out here, which could result in a couple of those shots that you said you didn't have them very often, but we had a couple in a row there. They're maybe not far away from actually having them. And of course, on a golf course, if you get a couple of those sort of unmentionables out there, it's a bit, oh God, where am I going to go? Especially around Portugal, there's going to be lots of water probably, and trees. So the feeling for you, if we compare this backswing now to where you got to there. Here we go. So, as I say, club now kind of resting on the back of your head there, or back of your right neck. You've got to feel in your practice swings that almost is going as wide as you can. So the club's not going to go that far anyway, okay? And then when you come back down, now the body, if we're gripping it looser, everything else can unwind and basically effectively win that race. That ball's never going to go left with that impact. That's obviously an exaggerated position, as you can see, but the club's never going to overtake that. The body's shifting, you're getting the shaft in you want, and then rotating. So we sort of take a look at where the backswing does get to in this backswing. As we get up here now, trying to feel a bit wider. There. So I can see a little bit of daylight between the club. This, for me, eventually, with a bit of practice, needs to get a bit more up here, you see, yeah? And that'll just come by having a bit less bend in that right arm and just be able to maintain that width correctly without trying to be just tense and tight. I think sometimes people see things that they don't want to see. Maybe an overswing, maybe a flip with the hands, maybe whatever it may be. And try to stop it by just, I'll get more control of that club by gripping it tighter. If that club's like a dog on the leash, you're trying to like come back in and not lose control, yeah? That club's only moving because of what you do. So if we can get looser in the grip to start with, I think the best feeling for you, those last sort of 4 or 5 shots was really, really good when the club looks lighter in your hands. And that's often the phrase that people go, oh, you hit that so much softer then, or you swung that one slower. Yeah. All they're seeing is this, swinging a little bit more sort of freely and slow. It looks smooth, and we always associate smooth with being slow. Like those celebs on the old Top Gear show years ago, yeah, they used to go around that track and stuff, and they used to go, well, it looks slow, so it could be fast. And then you watch the Formula One guys go around, they just like they're going, and they're like 4 or 5 seconds quicker, yeah, and they weren't sort of skidding into corners and out of control like the old Ian Wrights and Jimmy Carrs of the world, right? So if we can get looser, so we can control what that club does. As I say, for me, the goal would be for you maybe in a month or so's time to get the club in your backswing position to be there. So your practice swings are going to sort of feel somewhere around here with almost no bend of the arm at all. We're getting that hip to turn better now. That, for me, has ticked a lot of boxes, and you've done that almost straight away, yeah? It's that bit of the backswing now that you've got to try and control, which, again, is a part of the swing that you can't see. It's got to be feel, yeah? Because the club's behind your head. So we haven't got eyes in the back of our head, despite what we think we have like kids and sometimes, yeah? You've got that club's going to be behind you. You've got to feel where it is, which is why I say in terms of the movement, from a sort of practice perspective, you've got to feel it almost like your right arm is extending massively with no bend at all. You know it's going to bend, yeah? It's not going to stay dead straight. It's bound to have some flex. It's got to, otherwise you do it yourself. All right? Because maintaining that flexor maintaining that width in the right arm, and then when you come back to the golf ball, the body can just work more effectively, and then we can sort of start the ball a bit more towards target. And again, the swing just looks smoother, looks more free. Beautiful. Really, that's your best shot today. Yeah. Best shot today, that. That's carried in the 5-10 yards as well. Yeah, it's pitch on the green, yeah? Very, very good, mate. That's without any effort.